Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Now in this video I'm going to talk about my 6 hardcover books based on the Star Wars Expanded Universe released by Dark Horse Comics. Now all these books are no longer official canon. They never were really official canon because they were part of the Expanded Universe. They were another level of canon, but I'm not going to go into all that because that's kind of redundant today. Now all of these books here and the stories within are categorized as legends according to the new way that the canon is being defined by Disney, and yeah. Anyways, I have 6 books here, and I don't think Dark Horse released more than these 6 books here, so I think this is a complete collection, at least from what I know. If you know anything that I don't, please let me know in the comments. Now 3 of them, the 3 on the left here, belong to the Legacy storyline. This is book 1, book 2 and book 3 up here. Legacy is an era of the old Expanded Universe, which is set in a far distant future featuring some of the popular characters and some of their descendants. It's a very cool storyline. I have read it in a different format in the past. Then I have the Dark Empire Trilogy over here, which is set in the wake of Return of the Jedi. So is the Thrawn Trilogy, written by Timothy Zahn. Most people know this storyline because it's extremely popular. It's probably held as one of the best Expanded Universe story arches. And then I have the Crimson Empire Saga, which features, as you can probably tell from the cover, a member of the Royal Guard who used to be a very loyal soldier for the Emperor. And it's telling the story of him in the wake of Return of the Jedi. So yeah, these are the 6 books I have. This video will just be a brief summary, a walkthrough where I present each of the books and what the format looks like and some of the artwork. I won't be going into too much detail and doing a full review of the story or anything because, to be honest, I haven't read most of these. I have read the Legacy books some years ago. I've also read the Crimson Empire Saga, but I haven't read these 2 here. So there's no point in me trying to do a review in this video. I'll just try to give you an idea of what these books are about, what they look like, and all that. So it's just kind of an introduction. Alright, let's just get right on with it. I think I'll start with the Legacy books and start with book 1 and then just move through them, and we'll see what we have here. Alright guys, now the first book is going to be this one, the Legacy Book 1. Now Legacy is a storyline that takes place in the far future. It's actually an era in terms of the old Expanded Universe. So the Legacy era is a far distant future, and in this storyline we have these 3 characters here that are kind of our main protagonists. Of course, the guy in the center here is the main guy. His name is Cade Skywalker, and you probably guessed it, yeah? He's a descendant of Luke Skywalker, of course. The other 2 characters are members of his crew. So you have this this character here who's kind of the fanboy ideal character who mixes the Jedi aspect and the scoundrel or smuggler aspect into one. Typical fan fiction-like scenario, I guess. So this guy, Cade Skywalker here, really summons everything into one character. He's like the manifestation of the fanboy's desire. Now the artwork here in the front is done by Adam Hughes. You can always tell from his iconic signature down in the corner here. So yeah, let's just get on with it. Gonna peel off the dust jacket here. And underneath we have this beautiful book here. It's very simple in the style here. You have this matte texture here with embedded or lettering going on here, and it's a rather cool little book here. It's kind of heavy. It's not too heavy, and the format is of course relatively small, as you can see here from my hand. This makes it pretty easy to read. Some people would probably prefer it having been a bit bigger. I'm probably one of those people, because it's always nice to have something in a relatively oversized hardcover look like the Marvel books. In any case, it's still a lovely little release here. Now the artwork on the inside, you have the typical introduction pages here, some artwork here featuring some of the main villains, Darth Talon being probably the most iconic one. You might have heard about her. Then we have a table of contents, And this is actually a pretty interesting page, because here we see the entire cast here, from different factions or groupings within the storyline. And that's actually one of the things that makes the legacy storyline here very interesting, at least for me, because I feel that the entire gallery of characters is actually incredibly varied and diverse, but also very believable, and the characters are just so personal and well portrayed that you really get a feel that they are actually well written and deep characters that have their own views on the world and their own agendas and everything. So there are different factions in this storyline. It really makes it like an interesting plot and everything. It would actually have been perfect if they took the legacy storyline and made it into like a series, a TV show or something, because the material is really well suited for that. Now the artwork, as you can see, is very modern here, and there's a great use of colors and emotion and everything going on here. I really dig this type of artwork. It really speaks to me, so it's just so easy for me to read through this book here. It's just beautiful, I think. And as you can see, there are 3 books like this, and this is a pretty long book. I think it's let me see, just a random page here. Yeah, 418 and almost at the back here. So let's just say like 450 pages each of these books. So there's actually a lot of material going on just within this legacy story. And in the very back here we have, of course, a more in-depth tour of the characters and the vehicles and crafts and places and everything. And there's just so much extra material to really get you into the universe. Even some details about the armors and the blasters and everything. So that's very cool. So basically all the 3 books are similar. This is book 2, also with artwork by Adam Hughes. Book 3, not really sure who did the artwork there, for the cover at least. But they're basically the same, all these books here. Same format and everything, and same art style going on within. So yeah. I can highly recommend these legacy books here, because I just think that the storyline is actually so well made, and that's one of the rarities when you have these expanded universe stories here, I think. So I would definitely recommend you pick up, or at least somehow read the legacy books. Marvel, who has the rights now for Star Wars, might consider doing a re-release of Legacy in the future, but in the meantime there's also the possibility of picking up the trade paperbacks of this storyline here. I don't recall how many volumes there are. I have 5 of them in my own collection. Maybe there are 20, I don't know. Look it up on Amazon or whatever. Now, it's actually pretty difficult to get volume 1 of these hardcover books. Let me just get the cover here. Volume 1 is actually kind of hard to find these days. I think volume 2 and 3 are still available in most retailers, but volume 1 you have to kind of go on eBay, and it's fetching quite a high price these days, so that's the only downside to that. But I guess it goes to show that this is a highly sought after book, really, or story. Alright guys, I think that's enough time spent on talking about the legacy books. If you have any questions about them, just let me know in the comment section and we'll move on to the next book. Okay, so the next book is the Crimson Empire Saga. It's set in the time, I think, following Return of the Jedi. I actually read it, but I just don't remember exactly when it was set right now. But it does feature one of the Empire's royal guards here, so obviously it's set in that time frame. Now, it features this guy, his name is Kir Kanos, I don't know how to pronounce it. And it tells the story of him being left to his own device. He's kind of betrayed by his unit, or at least his leadership, and then he's kind of on this revenge mission, trying to get back at all these individuals who's betrayed him and betrayed the true emperor, because it's more complex than just being about him. Anyways, the book itself is similar to the other 3 that I just talked about. So we have this same style here, with the matte surface texture with the lettering here. And it's lovely that these books kind of follow the same format and everything, so that's pretty cool. And inside again we have the same stuff going on. This is a beautiful artwork by I think her name is No, this is Dorman. This is Dave Dorman, sorry. It just looked like something else. So, table of contents, some artwork. Yeah, Dave Dorman is definitely one of my favorite Star Wars artists, actually. I have a book about his stuff. I just forgot for a moment, sorry about that. Anyways, the story here, well, I'm not gonna go into too much detail about it, but it's your typical fan fiction kind of story, where you have this new hero out of nowhere, and you follow his revenge mission. And it's a story that really is about loyalty between brothers in arms, and it's also about how this man is kind of seeing the bad things that the Empire actually did to the whole galaxy and everything. So you have this constant feeling that you really want him to turn to the light side, so to speak, or at least just become a good guy, because he's kind of this anti-hero kind of guy. But as you can see, the artwork here, I'm just paging through it randomly. It's modern again. It's not at the same level, I think, as Legacy. I don't recall who the artist is, but it's quite decent, and it's very colorful and lively, so it's pretty cool. And here we have something going on with alternate stories, parallel stories. So the artist actually shift towards the end here. I think there are some side stories in between us or something. But in any case, it's still a beautiful book. The story itself is okay, I would say. It's not the best story, because it to me it kind of resembles your typical fan fiction a bit too much. So the things are a bit well, as you would expect them to be when reading this kind of medium level fanfic literature. In any case, it's a nice book, and if you're a completionist and you want all the hardcover books, this is also one you need to get. I believe it's still available also from retailers, so it's pretty easy to get a hold of this, I think, to this date. Or as of this date, I should say. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, so the next one is the Thrawn Trilogy, written by Timothy Zahn. This is a comic book adaptation of that best-selling novel by Timothy Zahn. Most fans of Star Wars and the expanded universe know about this story in this book here, because up until recently, until Disney took over Star Wars and everything and kind of made the whole expanded universe into Legends instead, I know that a lot of fans held this trilogy here as being the unofficial episodes 7, 8 and 9. It takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi, and it tells the story of Luke Skywalker here, rebooting the entire Jedi Order, and how Han and Leia are having twins, and how the Empire has fallen but is going to rise again under the leadership of Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now, this book here is, I actually have 2 of them. And until a few days ago, I actually had 3 of these books here, because my local comic book shop had these on their shelves. And the interesting thing about that is that this book is actually kind of rare today, so it's going for like $200 or something on eBay and Amazon and places like that. So I decided to pick up a few more and help out some fellow collectors who were in the market for this. Already found a buyer for one of them, but I still, as of this video, have one left that I need to find out who's going to buy. Anyways, that's a different story completely. Let me get off the dust jacket again. And as you can see, once again, same style going on here. Won't be needing to talk about that. And inside here, beautiful artwork, table of content, introduction, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. And there we go. Here it starts. And we have this very stylized artwork going on. I think it's the same artist that is behind the artwork of, well, the next book I'm going to talk about, the Dark Empire Trilogy. But as you can see, beautiful stylized artwork here. Really catches somehow the essence of Star Wars in a way, I think. And you have the entire trilogy collected in this single volume here, and that's awesome, I think. You really feel that you have the entire saga covered in this single book. You can pick it up, sit down with it and read it, or take it with you on travels or whatever. That's really cool. So yeah, it's a lovely artwork with familiar characters and an awesome storyline. Oh, that's Mara Jade, by the way. Yeah, that's Luke Skywalker's wife. So yeah, this is probably the one of my most prized Star Wars books, because I just know that the Thrawn Trilogy is that popular. And to be quite honest, I haven't actually read the story myself. So this is still on my to-do list, and I'm actually very, very excited about it. Can't wait to read this book, see what's all the fuss about. Alright guys, that covers the Thrawn Trilogy. We have one book left, so let me just pick that up. Okay, so the last one is the Dark Empire Trilogy. And again, this features the main cast of Star Wars. I don't exactly recall when it's placed. I think it's also in the years following Return of the Jedi. The book, again, I don't even need to show you this, but yeah, you have the same style going on here. And you have this style with all of the 6 books that I've shown you. And it's really cool, because then you really get this feeling that they fit into this complete collection somehow. Yeah, so inside, same deal here with some beautiful artwork. And now I've only read some of the singles for this story here. As you can see, I think the artwork, it's more a use of watercolors here, but the artwork or art style resembles the one in the Thrawn Trilogy a bit, but it might be even more stylized in this book, as you can probably tell with the pastel colors. Everything is a bit, the artwork is a bit surreal somehow, but once you get into it, it's just extremely beautiful and very unique, and you just can't keep looking at it. It's beautiful, I think, and it's very, I just love this style here. It's just very different from other stuff that you see. So what's going on in this book here? Well, I think the main thing is that this is about the Emperor again. He's back and he means business. The thing is that he had this cloning program going on. So when he dies, he kind of just clones his mind into the body of a new, fresh model of himself. And that's pretty cool. And here you have Leia wielding a lightsaber. And Boba Fett is also in this. So he's back also, and he means business as well. There we have him. I'm just paging through this random again. But I think this is a very, very interesting book because of the artwork here. And I know that similarly with the Thrawn Trilogy, this story also has a large dedicated following. It's definitely one of the most popular expanded universe books as well. And basically all these Star Wars books, by the way, they have this gallery in the back here featuring again the characters, who they are, their story, also some of the locales and different things that might kind of broaden your horizon or knowledge of the Star Wars universe. So I haven't really read it completely. I've only read those singles that I had as a kid, and I haven't read the novel either. Can't wait to get started with that as well. So basically, I have all the books scattered everywhere now, but yeah, as you can see, they look beautiful. So relatively small format and all that, but when they are lined up on your shelf and you have all these books here in your collection, I do believe I have all of them now. You just get this really cool feeling in your stomach that you completed the entire collection. So yeah, some of these books are hard to find these days. The Thrawn Trilogy and Volume 1 of the Legacy here. And I also believe that the Dark... I'm just showing you the dust jackets now. The Dark Empire Trilogy is possibly also a bit hard to find. You'll have to check up on Amazon or eBay for the prices at the moment. But if you know that your local shop has these books, I would highly recommend that you just go ahead and pick them up, because there's no telling when Marvel should choose to reissue these books or re-release them in a different format. If they did, it would be of course great, especially the legacy stories, but also the Thrawn and the Dark Empire. That would be very cool, maybe in a larger format, similar to the oversized hardcover books by Marvel, or even better, maybe the Absolutes by DC, who knows. But in any case, this is a very nice collection, and if you want them now, I can understand you. Then happy hunting, because some of them are kind of difficult to obtain. Anyways, guys, if you have any questions and comments, leave them in the comment section below. I haven't read all of these books, so there are some things I probably can't answer on, but I do have them, so if you have any concrete questions or anything, just go ahead and post them. I hope this video was somehow useful for you guys, and that it answers some of your questions that you might have about this whole collection here and these individual books. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, see you guys in my next video.